Hello, Difficulty Cliff Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Wing Commander 2 Vengeance of the Kilrathi with me, BlueAnkylo. Now, I don't want to spoil exactly what's going to happen today, but this is where, in my first test playthrough, the mission's gotten crazy. Whether or not it's the scaling AI difficulty, or just the ship we're about to get being terrible, or the enemies just being overpowered, you'll have to judge for yourself. So, last episode, we fought some stealth fighters as a ferret, but no one saw the recording, so no one believed us. I hope that there was a lot of comments on that video going, "What stealth fighters, Blue? I didn't see anything. You just killed some Drakri and came home." That would be plus 10 BlueAnkylo points for anyone who was smart enough to do that. Now, that was pretty clever of you. Anyway, yeah, so that's unfortunate, but we're off to... Oh, right. Before I get too far here, I forgot to rename... I never remember to update the system name before I start recording. We are going to Gora Core, which is, I guess technically this is B1. There's another way to get here, depending on if you lose or win, but this is the normal route. In case you're wondering, this is just the normal you win and get here route. And yeah, so we're going to Gora Core, which is the Kilrathi system that defected to the Terran Confederation, and we'll see what happens. TCS Concordia Barracks. Well, if it isn't our hero, Captain Ankylo. What's your problem, Stingray? I don't have any problems. Except my pilot's wings were missing from my locker during an inspection. So? That dead idiot MacGuffin had pilot wings in his hand. Now they think I killed the guy. And well, did you? Go to hell, Blue. You wouldn't understand how it feels to have people hating you for something you didn't even do. Well, you're wrong, Stingray. I'm actually the only person on board who would understand that exact thing. So we try to be nice to Stingray, but he just tells us to go to hell. I mean, to be fair, we asked him if he killed him. Blue, I have been looking for you. The briefing will be held in my office. Anything to liven up a dull afternoon. Angel, just why are we hanging around Enigma Sector anyway? The Enigma Sector has some unique properties, Blue. In other sectors, a ship can only jump from one star system to the next. But here in Enigma, it is possible to cross the entire sector in a single jump. Does this have anything to do with the black hole? Well, our astrophysicists are certain there is some connection. But regardless of the cause, the strategic value of Enigma is tremendous. We could outmaneuver the Kilrathi and leapfrog into adjacent sectors. Or the Kilrathi could do the same to us, hitting Earth and the homeworlds. It is here that we must defeat the enemy if we are to protect our people. Now, we'd best go meet your new wingman at my office. A new wingman, guys. Who do we get? Colonel Devereaux's office, Concordia. Blue, have you met Hobbs? I've been introduced to the Colonel, Angel. Good, you'll be his wingman today. You'll fly simple patrol, gentlemen. Touch all nav points, then return. Colonel, I respectfully request a real mission, not busy work. Colonel Raha, this is a real mission. The Kilrathi may be launching a major offensive against Gora Core. Reconnaissance data is critical now. I'll lead my patrol myself, Angel. Just give me another wingman. Preferably someone human. Mon Dieu, you both are insubordinate. Blue, I am appalled. Hobbs is a hero of the Confederation. You should be honored to fly with him. You will both fly this mission as assigned, and I will hear no more of it. I have assigned you both to rapiers. The ship is fast and maneuverable with light armor, but excellent shields. Be careful, gentlemen. That is all. The rapier, I'm not a very big fan of. This is technically the Rapier Mark II. It is upgraded from Wing Commander 1 a little. But, well, you'll see. I didn't really enjoy flying it in this game as much as in the first game. But maybe I was just inexperienced. Hobbs to Blue. In-flight comm check. Switch to channel 327. Roger, Hobbs. Switching. Blue, I want to not share I want you to know I do not share the Admiral's opinion of you. I have observed your career even before I came over to the Confederation. Your skill is well known within the Empire, if it is not among your own people. Well, thanks, Colonel. You sound as though this offends you. Well, let's say I'm not used to compliments from a Kilrathi, sir. Understandable. In any case, I am your wing leader. I expect you to obey my orders, Captain. Is that understood? Well, of course, sir. That you take command of this wing. I would like to observe your skills personally, both as a pilot and as a wing leader. But the Admiral is not flying this mission. This is my command, Captain, and it shall operate as I see fit. Yes, sir. Prepare to engage autopilot for Nav 1. As you wish. As you wish, Wing Commander. I mean, it is called Wing Commander. Oh, that bug again. Alright, everyone say hello to the Rapier Mark II. It's as fast as it used to be. It's got laser cannons that are much closer together than it used to be. It's got particle cannons instead of neutron guns. Particle cannons are kind of like long-range neutron guns. Kind of. So, the full gun spectrum is a pretty good similar range, long-range shot that does a pretty good amount of damage. We've got a couple dart missiles, couple javelins, couple friend or foes, and one chaff pod. So, you know, that's okay. The shields are terrible. The armor is... Well, no, the shields are okay. The armor is terrible. Speed is good. Agility's pretty good. I don't know. Rapier's not the worst ship in the game, but, like... I mean, like, it's probably more fun to fly this than a Hornet. But, it just doesn't seem very survivable from my experiences. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's see how this goes.
Kilrathi ships ahead.
Kilrathi ships ahead, Captain. It's Joy2Key. Also, because they start us off with, not easy ships. So, we fought a couple Joy2Key before. This is, like, tier 3 of, Kilrathi. Kind of equivalent to Krant, except way better than Krant. Also, maybe not all that maneuverable. But, pretty sturdy. And they've got those rear turrets.
Shall destroy Terra.
So, we'll see how this goes.
Of course, sir.
Trying to tell Hobbs to stay on my wing so he doesn't shoot me. Because the Joy2Key can shoot backwards, it's, really hard to dodge their front guns, their rear guns, and your wingman also shooting you together. So, just like I explained when we were flying a ferret, you really don't want to just get behind them. Also, missiles incoming. So there you go. Try to dodge missile. Should try to finish off the one that's almost dead. There we go. This is going pretty well.
Of course, sir.
Alright, missile missed. Now, I'm sure this is looking like, man, the Rapier's pretty good, Blue. What are you talking about? These are non-Drakai, non-ace Joy2Keys. These are not the big problem, and the Rapier matches up against these pretty well.
May I attack, sir?
No.
Of course, sir.
Hobbs is pretty insistent that he gets to shoot things. But remember, he's a Kilrathi, so I don't really trust him. I'll be doing the shooting here. So there's his little neutron gun trying to shoot backwards at us. And it does a lot of damage. One shot takes out half our shields. So, like I said, gotta be careful with that. Come on. Now, we have a long-range gun. Technically, the lasers are 4,800. Particle gun is 4,000 or something like that. I don't know the exact range on the particle cannons. I think it's around 4,000 to 5,000 clicks. 4,000 to 5,000 meters, I guess. I believe it's very similar to the laser anyway. So, our first run, our first rodeo as a Rapier went pretty well. We didn't take any real damage, and I didn't use any missiles or anything, so good. it is very important you remember to use your fuel. One of the things I have a hard time with a little bit in Wing Commander 2 is because you get switched in between broadswords and stuff every so often, it's easy to forget that you can use your afterburners because you play missions where you have no afterburners. So then when you're flying a ship that needs to use afterburners, you can forget about it and just get killed.
Ahead.
But here is where things get interesting.
May I attack, sir?
Not yet.
Another victory for Kerr.
Everyone say hello to Kerr. Who is Kerr? Kerr is the enemy ace. Our first enemy ace. And he is flying a Grikath. Now, I know we killed some of these when we're flying a broadsword. It will not be that easy. Alright, that was a pretty good volley there. Actually, I'm going to tell...
Sir.
I'm telling Hobbs to go break. Oops, that was not quite according to plan, to be fair. At least we didn't take any real damage from that collision. I always find, and this is always my problem with the Wing Commander 2 Rapier, that the guns don't charge up fast enough or deal enough damage. I don't know if that's just me or what, but...
Returning to base, sir.
Well, Hobbs didn't last very long. I should probably try to get some use some missiles here. We're gonna have a real, we already lost all of our front armor there, just instantly. We're gonna have a pretty hard time with the ace shooting us if I can't kill another Grikath pretty quick. It's always those rear-mounted neutron guns that give me the most trouble. Alright, that was good, that was good. Alright, another Grikath. I'm hopeful that Hobbs at least injured the ace. Enough that... Did he shoot my missile down with his turrets? What a jerk. What a jerk. I'm hopeful that the other ace is kind of staying back because Hobbs actually hurt him a little bit. But it's hard to say. It does sound like he's shooting at me. Definitely sounds like he's shooting at me. I'm trying to focus down the non-ace first because he's going to be easier to kill. Marginally. Also, things are going real fast here. Let me just pause for a second. I need to take a break, just to breathe. This mission probably killed me 10 times in a row when I first played it. So things are looking good so far, mostly, but this is a really hard mission. There's a reason I opened with difficulty Cliff Tubers. I think you're just meant, again, let me just pause for a second. I think you are meant to be better at long shot sniping in a rapier than I usually am. You have to hit those long 3,000-4,000 meter shots, and because the blasters don't charge up very quickly, and you don't do a lot of damage. So you've really got to hit them when you take your swing. Anyway, now we're down to Kerr. Kerr is our first ace, and you're about to find out how aces fly. As in, they go spastic. Well, that was great. He crashed right into me there. Lost a gun. Lost one of my heat seekers, or friend or foe. And then he just flies in front of you, and his rear-mounted neutron guns do a ton of damage. And that's what's going to kill us, probably. Wow. Everything was good until the ace attacked.
You will not survive this fight.
And then I can't follow him because the neutron guns will kill us. When I was opening this series up and I was explaining how the Kilrathi have better ships than we do, this is what I meant. We don't really have anything that matches up terribly well against Grikath. Although, to be fair, the broadsword went alright, but the actual superior order fighters, I find, are a terrible matchup here. Now, we actually have done a reasonable amount of damage to him. But keep in mind, we have no frontal armor, and that's where the neutron gun will kill us. Now, it looks like he's trying to flee. which means we might be good here on our first try. But this is going to be tricky. We need leading shots here going at super speed from an angle. There we go, we got a few. This is good practice.
Curse you.
I hope I have enough fuel to finish this guy off. This is real touchy shooting and flying. Probably would be easier with a mouse or a joystick. Alright, get up in front of him. Or at least sort of to angle. There we go, that was it. Whew, alright. Hey man, that actually went really well. That was great. Our ship is nearly destroyed, but that was I mean, I don't know how to explain it other than try it for yourself. That mission is nutso. And Hobbs didn't really accomplish much, but he kept the ace off of our back while we killed 2 of the Grickath, and that's good enough.
Affirmative, you are
So
clear
you
to
let me
fire.
know in the comments if you played this game how much trouble you had with that mission, because the first time I played it, I know I died at least 6 times, at least, if not like a dozen. So I'm glad we got to show off the success mission on camera, because like, it makes me look like I'm a better pilot than I actually am by not dying there. Glad you made it back alive, sir. Yeah, look, enemy aces are no joke. And we did kill Kerr, which is, you know, always an accomplishment. I heard you had a rough patrol, Captain. Oh, it could have been worse. That furball is good. Damn good. Where is Colonel Ralha? That's what I was talking about. He's given the official mission report to Colonel Devereaux. Hobbs didn't kill any of his fellow kiddies, but he did keep them away from me. He did a good job. I managed to take down all 7 enemy ships myself. Let's not be humble. And I aced Cure Human Killer as well. Very impressive, Blue. I don't understand this, Sparks. The Kilrathi killed dozens of my friends and enslaved hundreds of worlds. Then there's Hobbs. He's one of them, but I know what you mean. When he first came on the ship, I was a bit uncomfortable myself. But Hobbs has proven himself over and over again. Well, what's his story? Why did he even leave the Kilrath? Talk to Downtown when he gets back from escorting that convoy. Downtown? But why? It's not my business to tell you. Just go ask him. If he wants you to know, he'll tell you. So I'm not sure exactly why we give our mission debriefing to Sparks so often, but apparently we give our debriefing to the mechanic half the time, and she knows all the ins and outs of the ship just fine. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, that's the Rapier. It's probably not as bad as I was leading you on to believe, but it definitely handles differently than it did in Wing Commander 1. It's definitely more of a... Well, it's still an agile, quick fighter, but you really have to be relatively long distance shots because so many of the difficult enemy ships have rear turrets, so you can't fly it like you used to, just get behind them. Like, that was how it worked in Wing Commander 1. With an agile ship, it was fairly easy to get behind your enemy and just destroy them from the rear. In this one, that doesn't work, so you've got to do more fancy flying and difficult angled shots, and hopefully I'm experienced enough now that I can show those off a little better, but they're tough. Like, if you're playing along, expect some difficulty against Grickath and Jelkahais, because they are difficult ships to handle. Remember how many enemy ships the broadsword killed with the gunnery turrets? That's kind of what it would be like flying a Grickath, and they come in wings of like 4 and 5, so they can do what your gunnery turrets do to them, and that sucks. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. That went... I expected to have to redo this mission. I thought it would be way longer, but that was good. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more wing commanding. Also, by the way, Hobbs was pretty cool. We didn't really get a chance to talk about him much, but he is the guy from Secret Missions 2 that defected with a Fralthy, and then we got a bunch of Dralthy fighters from him and did a bunch of missions, and now he's an officer on the Concordia. You can read about him on the side of your screen. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.